I always hate this bit when no one's joined yet. Oh, notifying viewers that I'm live. Yay, hello. Jasmine, hello. Oh, lots of people. Hello. How are you doing, everyone? Morning, hope you're well. Hope you're well. Lovely day again. Morning, Jem. Yay, you made it. Oh, gosh. Nice to have you here, everyone. Oh, thank you, Jem. Oh, is that Michelle? It is Michelle. Morning. How are you this morning? Graham, TikTok. Morning. How are you? Hope you're all right. Carrie from Ireland. It's lovely to see you. Oh, Jasmine, that's brilliant. You can stay for the whole live. That's fantastic. Ah, Witchicky. Hello. Really nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. That's lovely. Oh, morning, Lynn. Lovely to see you. Nice to see you. I'm really well, actually. I'm doing well today. How's everyone today? How are you feeling? Is it a good day, do you sense? Is it not such a good day? How are you doing? Hello, Pinky Blue from Gloucester. Jem Watt, you're from New Zealand. God, that's so cool, isn't it? So, must be afternoon with you now, I reckon. Yeah. Let's have a look. Annie, morning. Never Forever. So nice to see you. If I'm right, Never Forever, your name is Laura. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that you are. That's right. Hannah Nielsen. Good day. Oh, you're having a great day from London. That is so good. It's always nice, isn't it? You know, when you have those days and you think, woohoo, today's a good day. Because it doesn't always happen like that, does it? Hello from Dubai. Oh, we are multinational, aren't we? I get all excited when I see people coming from all over the place. Hello from Dubai. Oh, Wendy, Warrior Man, it's a low day for you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm hoping maybe some of our techniques and some of the community here can help you feel really loved and supported today, Wendy. So I hope that I hope by the end of this hour you're feeling maybe a little bit better. I know life's tricky at the moment, but I'm so glad that you're here. It's nice to see you. Oh, 8:30 p.m. in New Zealand. Wow. Graham, you're doing okay. That's good. Jasmine, I'm so pleased that you're able to have a late start for work so you can be here. That's lovely. Oh, it is right. Good. I thought it was. Laura. Cool. So, thank you for being here, everyone. Let me explain a little bit about... Oh, excuse me. Just washed my hair, so I'm all a bit straggly. So I'm Sarah. I'm a therapist, and usually I do a Q&A about anxiety, fears, low moods, stuff that's going on with our emotional and mental well-being. And today I thought I'm going to change it up a little bit and make it a bit more of a practical session. So I hope you're ready. I hope you've got your yoga mat with you. I'm only joking. You don't need a yoga mat. All you need is you, because the techniques that I share are techniques that we need to be able to use in just normal life, don't we? We don't want everyone to see that we're going through this whole thing. We don't have to be thinking too hard about how to make ourselves feel good. So these techniques are techniques that I show my clients, and I thought I've got about 4 that I thought I'd show today. Some of them you will have seen already. If you've been with me a long time, then you've probably seen all of them already, but my apologies for that. But the reason that I show them again and again is because they really work and they're really helpful. And the thing to remember about these techniques is that it's not about that they're all going to work for you brilliantly. It's about creating a toolbox of techniques from all over the place, not just from me, from all sorts of people, so that you have lots of go-to things to help you on difficult days. And these techniques are not sort of, all right, I keep that in a bejeweled box, and on a day where I feel bad, I take it out reverently and use it, and it's going to change my life. It's not like that at all. It's much more that we practice these techniques as part of our lifestyle. We're creating a lifestyle where our nervous system begins to calm down and understand that we're safe. So we practice them every day. They become just second nature to us. They become something that when we're feeling rubbish, whether that's anxious or low or afraid, oh gosh, thank you so much. I can see, oh my goodness, you're so generous with your, thank you, roses and loveliness. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, so that we practice them each day so they become like second nature. So before you even know it, if you're feeling anxious, before you know it, you're already just doing the thing, okay? So I hope that makes sense. As always, this is a safe space. I've created this community since I came on here in November. It's grown, and there are really beautiful people here in this community. And among those beautiful people are my moderators that are here to keep this a safe space. So I've seen Jasmine and I've seen Lynn here already today. Lynn 250, Jasmine Lake, they're my moderators. You may well see Vicky Hodson, you may well see Vicky Handlebars. I'm blind as a bat, so without my glasses on I can't see. If you're here, chaps, I'm really sorry if I've not said hello to you, but I will when I've got my glasses on. Watch out for you. Also Zan Shin, who's Barry. So all of those people have very, very kindly given up their time to moderate, to keep this a safe space. I'm not going to look for questions to start with. What I'll do is I'll do a technique. If we all practice it together, see how you feel, and then I'll look for any questions afterwards. Then I'll do another technique and we'll carry on like that through till 10:30. So I hope that explains everything. Also, what I do is if you haven't got time to watch all of this, if you're thinking, oh, I'm only here for 2 minutes, or I can't watch all of this, then if you are interested, then go into my profile and there's a link and look at my YouTube channel, and all of my lives are uploaded on there, so you can watch them in your own time. And underneath the live there's a description of what I've covered in the live, as much as I can remember. I try and write it all down as I'm going along because I've got a memory like a sieve because I'm quite old. So yeah, so the first one that I thought we'd start with is it has the grand title of the thumb finger technique. So and this is to help us be more in the moment. When we're anxious, we spend a lot of our time, and I don't know if you agree with me here, but we spend a lot of our time either thinking about the past, worrying about, oh my God, did I say that thing? What did I do? Do they like me? Have I done this? Or we're in the future and we're thinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? Oh, all this dreadful stuff's going to happen. We're very rarely just here and now. And here and now, generally, and that is a generalisation, generally we're pretty safe. We're probably just sat in our kitchen or in our car, or, you know, so this technique will help you come to that place, and it works on various levels. So let's just start and I'll talk you through it. It's easy. So obviously if you're operating a chainsaw or you're driving your car, don't do this. A, you shouldn't be watching TikTok whilst you're driving your car. But you know what I mean, because I want your full attention on what you're doing that might be dangerous if you're doing this stuff. So so the first thing we do is we just start circling our thumb and finger. So do this along with me. And maybe just before we're doing this, just think, where am I on a sort of stressed out level? Am I between 0 and 10? 0 is absolutely fine. 10 is the worst it could be. So get that number for yourself, and maybe if you can make a note of it, if you can remember it, and then we'll see where you are after. So have a think about that. Start just circling slowly. And when you're doing this, you'll be aware, all of a sudden your brain goes, oh, there's a physical sensation there. So you're drawn away from your head and you're thinking into the physical. And when you're doing this, what I want you to do is to just let your eyes go a little bit unfocused, just staring off into the half distance, like when you're a bit daydreamy, just not really thinking, not really looking at anything, just a bit unfocused. The reason we do this is when we're in danger, we become very focused. If someone was to burst in through your door right now, you'd be, whoa, what's that? Who's that? You know, you'd be very laser focused about where's the danger coming from. So this change in our focus sends the message through our optic nerve to our brain, we're safe. So we're circling, we're unfocused. And then in our heads, we just start saying to ourselves something along the lines of, I'm here, I'm safe, I'm now. I'm here, I'm safe, I'm now. You might feel that, you might feel the need to sigh, and that's a good sign. If you sigh or if you yawn, that's your nervous system just going, oh, thank God, I can just let everything go. It's okay. And it may well be that you become aware of your muscles. Just do a little body scan, just going through, is your jaw tight, are your teeth clamped, are your shoulders tight, your chest, your tummy. If you're aware of muscles that are very tight, just shake them off, just let them go. That's it, keeping going. And it may well be that as you become aware of your breathing, you might realise, oh, I've stopped breathing, I'm holding my breath, or my breath is very much up here, very shallow. So just for a moment, just long, slow out breath. And then in. You can use some of the breathing techniques that I'm going to show you in a minute to help you in that moment. But we want to be breathing from really down in our tummy. Long, slow out breaths, just pushing out with our tummy muscles. Don't worry about the in-breath. The in-breath will come. How does that feel? What number are you at now? Let me know, let me have a little look. What's your thoughts on that technique? Because it's a very simple technique to do, and you can do it wherever you are. You know, if you're at work, if you're in a social occasion, it's one of those things that you can do. You can have your fingers down in your lap by your side. Oh, Abby, that's cool. Well done. I'm glad. Oh, Amy, 4 until 2. That's great. 7 till 5, living with Jack. Abby, you were a 2. Jem, that's good. I'm glad you like that. Tilly, you went from 6 to 4. Yeah. Wiki Chicky, you went 4 to 2. Bridget, 7 to 5. It looks like a lot of people have gone down a bit. Yeah. Well done, everyone. That's so cool. I'm really glad that you did that alongside me. Yeah, so Amy O'Flaherty, I'm so pleased. Hey, Jodie Quinn, you're new here, so welcome. This is a bit different today. We're doing practical stuff today. So this is that's a technique that's on my pinned post. So if you forget how to do it, go to my profile page, and it's always there. It's such a useful technique. So you can have that, you know, you can save it to your phone so that you can have it with me talking you through it any time that you need it, if you can't think to remember it yourself. You know, so you could be like on a train somewhere feeling a bit anxious with your earbuds in, and just have me talking in your ear, talking you through it. So it's a really useful technique, and I'm so glad that so many of you seem to have liked it, so that's cool. Well, that's a good start. And you can see, can't you, that if you practice that, you know, how long did that take? Less than 5 minutes, and you're dropping two numbers in your anxiety levels. So if you're doing that every day, if you think about that every day, your levels are just dropping, and then your levels are just dropping, So you're getting yourself to a place where, you know, your general levels of stress and anxiety, they're not up here, they're down here, down here, down here. And that combined with self-care, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you can do by yourself, and it's about focusing on the good, focusing on taking action. What can you do? Okay. So let's have a look at some breath techniques, shall we? Because I noticed there's a comment from someone saying that they found it hard to breathe, and I totally understand that. So that was from Sponsison. Sponsison said, I don't know how to say your name, and I totally understand that, because your breath changes when you're anxious, and it becomes up here, trying to get as much air in as possible, and it's very, very tense. So let's try some breathing techniques to help with our breath, because we can become so focused on how awful it is. So the first one I'm going to do is it's a reset breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that our breath is like a boat coming into a harbour, and you know when a boat comes into a jetty, and it's not like a car, you don't screech in and go and stop. A boat will just slowly come in, slowly come to a stop. And that's what we're going to do with our breath in a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to be aware of our breath, just breathe, and we're going to imagine that we're a boat coming into a jetty, and we're just going to, at some point, whether it's the in-breath or the out-breath, we're just going to stop breathing. And we're going to be curious. We're going to be curious about, am I okay? And you will be okay. And just be aware of the gradual pressure of the need to breathe, okay? And then when it gets to a stage where you think, yeah, I definitely need to breathe now, just breathe in. Breathe in naturally through your nose, and then do a nice long out breath. We'll just do that and then just get back into just normal breathing. But be aware that it's really nice to breathe from your tummy. So if you put your hands on your tummy, if you're doing breathing up here, if you're anxious, then your hands, if you put them on your tummy with your fingertips touching like this, then they're not going to go anywhere, they're not going to move, because I'll show you. If I stand up, I don't know if I can even stand up here. So if I'm breathing here and from my throat, my hands are not moving. If I'm breathing from my tummy, so can you see the difference? You're getting space in your tummy, and that means that you're getting space in your whole chest, and your heart's got more space, and so that will make your heart rate slow down as well. So, okay, so let's get back to our jetty, our reset breath. So let's just breathe together, and I'm going to go like this with my breathing. So if you want to breathe with me, that's fine. If my breathing is too fast or too slow for you, then don't worry, just do your own thing. Okay, so we're just going to breathe, and then in your own time, we're going to stop, hold, and then breathe again when we feel like it. So. And just let it settle into a normal breath again. How was that? How did that feel for you? Let me know if that was a difficult one, or one that you think might be helpful. Let's see. How did that go? Let me know how that went. Oh, Daniel Hammond Mail one. I'm sorry you're having a hard time. That's really hard, isn't it? Yeah, Savvy Sienna. We don't want deep breathing. No, we want breathing that's normal for you. That reset breath is purely about resetting so that you can breathe normally rather than just being up here. It's just about slow, steady breathing, and don't do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. If any of these techniques make you feel uncomfortable, just stop doing them, because the most important thing is that you feel safe and steady and well in everything that we do. Okay? So I think you're absolutely right, Savvy Sienna. It's really important. Yeah, so that's good. Oh, well, no, Cara Payton, found you 10 minutes too late, just spent the last half hour crying my stress out. Oh, bless you. Well, join us, because hopefully, I'm glad you're here, because hopefully maybe everything can calm down a wee bit for you. And you can be in this community and we can help one another. So you're very welcome. Morning, Susie. Nice to see you, Susie5310. Let's have a look. So Wick Chicky, you feel that will help? Good, that's lovely. Alidel, that's pretty calming, made me focus on the breath. Cool. So that's good. It's quite difficult for you, Andrea, because your breathing is shaky, and that's okay. You know, the thing is that you know, if you're anxious a lot of the time, then it is tricky. Breath work is tricky, and don't spend too much of your time focusing on it, because then that can be another thing you're worried about. You know, your breathing you're always going to breathe. Your body is amazing. It works really well, and the more you can help your anxiety, the more you can focus on just having a nice, that sounds twee, doesn't it? Having a nice time, but you know, being safe and calm and doing things that you love, then your breathing will be fine. So don't worry if it's a bit difficult to do this. I'm going to do one more breath technique, and then we'll do a different technique, which is quite well, I really like it. It's a bit weird. So let me know what you think. So you will have seen me do this if you've been following me for a while. You will have seen me do a triangle breath. So have a go at this. If it's not your cup of tea, then that's okay. Welcome to you if you're following me today. I've seen a few people have been asking questions, and I really appreciate you asking questions. Today, I just thought I'd do something a little bit different. What I want to do today is make it more of a practical session with really practical, helpful techniques for people. If I've got time at the end to answer some questions, I will. And probably what I'll do is next week I'll go back to answering questions on anxiety, because I do my lives on every Friday and every Monday. Today's a bit early because I have an appointment. So I thought today I'd do a bit differently. Monday I'll probably do a practical one again on Monday, just to help people who are from the States and Canada who can join. I do that one a little bit later. That's at 5:00. But yeah, so let me get on. I'll show you the triangle breath, because this can help you to get into more of a long, slow breath rather than quick breaths. So if you imagine on your hand that you've got a line across the top here, and then you've got a point at the bottom. I don't know if you can see on my hand, it's almost like a triangle that I've got. And what we're going to do is we're just on your own hand. Again, think about where you are. Think about what number are you between 0 and 10, where 0 is absolutely fine and 10 is the worst it could be. And we'll just see where are you now, and then we'll see if there's any difference after you've done this. So we're just tracing this triangle on our hands, and we'll start to breathe in across the top, out, out. And there might be pauses between the in and out breath. It's up to you, whatever feels right. And if I'm doing the wrong speed, you just kind of do your own thing. So in, out, out, in, out, out. And again, if you can get your eyes to go a little bit unfocused, that can be helpful too. How's that feel? Because by doing that, your out breath is twice as long as your in breath without too much effort. And it, with all these things, it takes a little bit of practice. If you don't get it straight away, don't beat yourself up. Be kind to yourself, because that's okay. No one's ever brilliant at anything straight away, are they? Unless you're my husband. He's sickeningly good at everything he does. But so I don't know. Let me see if there's any comments to see how that felt for you. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's have a look. Ooh, loads here. So Kyle Monroe. So that's really interesting. So you have a sensory processing disorder. So I hate the feel of the inside of my hands. Well, in that case, where else could you find a triangle? Where else would be helpful? Would it be helpful on your leg, on the table? I'm going to show you one in a minute with a phone. So maybe that would be helpful for you. But yeah, it totally makes sense. And that's why it has to be the right technique for you. Don't do stuff just because, someone said, oh, this is going to help. Do it because it helps you, X Close Smith. Really good technique. Feel more calm and relaxed. Definitely. Brilliant. That's so good. I'm really pleased to hear that. So, Zoe Elizabeth. No, you haven't missed it. I started at 9:30 today because I've got an appointment I've got to go to. I've got to go to, thinking miles away. Anyway, so I'm really glad you're here now. I'm sorry, you've only missed a little bit, like 20 minutes or so, and it's all going to be on my YouTube, as Jasmine and Lynn are saying. So don't worry, don't despair. So Andrea, that one seems a little easier, but at your own pace. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. The thing is that we're all individuals, aren't we? We're all different. We've all got different life journeys and experiences that we've been through. So my way of breathing, I'm a therapist, so I do this all the time, all day, every day, and I'm doing this stuff. So my breathing is going to be different for you if you're in a sort of crisis state of anxiety, or if you've not really thought about your breathing very much. So that's the lovely thing about this, is that you can make it your own. So I'm glad it was a little bit easier though. Let's have a little look. Hey Jessie, hello. It's really nice to see you. Welcome. Morning, Kels 89. Nice to see you. Let's have a look. It's so nice to see you, Jessie. So I'm just having a look through. I was saying that this is more of a practical session today. It's a little bit different to normal, so I hope that's okay. Let me show you the phone one. Hang on, let me just grab this. So I've got a phone. I've got a phone cover here. So when you see on TikTok people doing like they're pretending that they're talking on their phone, and it's obvious that they've just got a phone cover. Because who's got two phones? Well, I haven't anyway. And so this is quite a good one. So if you're out and about with your phone, there's another breath technique. But what we're constantly trying to do with breath techniques is trying to help ourselves have a long, slow out breath. So because that's the thing that sends the message to our nervous system, all is well. So, and it's relative to what works for you. Okay, so. If you're out and about, you've got your phone, you're on TikTok, you're buying stuff on Amazon, all that kind of stuff, and you're feeling a bit anxious, well, what you can do is you can start to trace around your phone. So you've got the short side, the long side, the short side, the long side, short side, the long side. And you know what I'm going to say, don't you? That we're going to use our breath. So we're going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. And it's, whatever works for you, however you hold your phone, whatever works for you. But it's just that sensory reminder of, okay, the short side is my in breath, the long side is my out breath. You don't have to breathe out through your mouth. Like, I don't know why I'm doing that. I think it's just to show you when I'm breathing out, really. But if you want to just breathe through your nose, it's fine. So how'd you find that? I think I didn't invent that. There's a guy called Tony Birkinshaw who's a fellow Crestie, and he's brilliant. He's quite quiet. He doesn't really get involved in the community very much, but I've learnt some amazing stuff from him. Like this was his. I learnt that from him. This phone case technique was from him too. And when I was thinking of training, I messaged him. I just found him randomly on the internet and said, you've trained in this place, the Quest Institute. What do you think? Is it any good? And he was so kind and helpful. So I always want to, say it's him, it's his ideas. I am just a magpie, I'm afraid. So let's have a little look. What did you think of this? Let me have a look. Oh, thank you, Safe Space 7. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you feel okay here. That's brilliant. So, Andrea, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, definitely go on YouTube and have a little look at this stuff. If you've just joined, someone just here said, Connie Ayres, you've just said, what's the finger rubbing thing? So if you look on my profile, there's a link, and I will upload this. It probably won't be today, but over the weekend I'll upload this, and all of my lives are on my YouTube, and you'll see this. So you'll see the finger rubbing thing. If you can't wait, if it's just too exciting for you, then go and have a look on my profile page, and one of the pinned posts, me in a grey jumper, I think, is me doing the finger rubbing thing. So that, if you want to go and have a look at that, then have a look. It'd be lovely. So let's have a look. So how did everyone feel? Okay. Oh, hello from Dublin. Paul. Okay, so Abby, so the phone one is better for you than the triangle. Okay, that's cool. Good. And Wick Chicky, that's so you're a dream, because you're liking everything. I'm pleased. That's good. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that oh, thank you, Kels89. You're very kind. It's about finding the right techniques for you. So if you have, what I do with my clients is, what I try to do is to help them have a tool bag full of techniques that they can go to. So one day they might think, oh, the triangle thing is not for me today, but I'm going to do this one. Or, do you know what I mean? So it's about having a load of things that you just, that one's the right one for me today. So, yes, so hopefully that's helpful. Laura Murph, I'm glad you like the phone case one. That's cool. Yeah. So Cara Payton, yes. So Jasmine, thank you for sharing this. This is why I have my lovely moderators. Not only do they keep this a safe space, but they actually have eyesight, and so can see the comments more than I can, and answer sort of questions around what are the timings, where can you find me, and all of that kind of stuff. So thank you, Jasmine, for saying. Yeah, usually every Friday at 10 o'clock, every Monday at 5 o'clock UK time. And then I can reach as many people as possible. So let's do another technique. Now this one is a bit weird, okay? So you'll either love it or you hate it. And if you hate it, don't worry too much about it. But it's a technique that can be really helpful for any negative emotion, really. It can help positive emotions too, but generally we don't really need help with positive emotions, do we? So, I've used it in the past for anxiety, for annoyance, anger, all sorts of things that are negative. Even I used to use this one when I did yoga. I used to feel a bit sick when I was doing yoga, and I'd do this technique, and it stopped me feeling that way. So, if you're suffering from emetophobia, this perhaps is something that might be able to help you. So whatever it is that you're feeling at the moment, whatever it is the feeling that you want to work on, what I want you to do right now is to sort of think, okay, yes, I want to work on the stress I'm feeling, or the tension, or the fear, or the anxiety, and just take a second just to connect with that feeling. With this technique, we are going to make it a little tiny bit worse to start with, but please don't worry, because we're going to bring it back down and make it feel better. But if you want to just observe to start with, then do this in your own time, then that might be an idea. Or if you're feeling courageous and you're feeling that you want to give it a go, then do it along with me perhaps, okay? So with that feeling, when you connect with it, begin to think, where is this in my body? Where am I feeling this? Is it in my throat? Is it in my head? Is it in my chest? Is it in my tummy? Is it somewhere else? Is it all over? And if that feeling had a number between 0 and 10, where are you right now with that number? So 0 is everything is fine, 10 is the worst it could be. And then I want you to, again, connected with that feeling, if that feeling had a shape, what shape would it be? And it will be different for everyone, and it will be different every time you do this. But just connect with what shape it might be. And it doesn't have to have a name. You might just be aware that, oh, it's that squiggly wiggly shape. If that shape had a colour, what colour would it be? If it had a texture, is it heavy? Is it light? Is it somewhere in the middle? Is it hot? Is it cold? Really get to know what that feeling looks like, feels like, maybe even sounds like. And then what I want you to do, and you can maybe do this with your eyes closed if that's appropriate at the moment. What I want you to do in the best way that you can is just take your time and just imagine just bringing that shape out of your body so that it's just floating in the air in front of you. So it's just here, just floating. Just take your time. And once it's there, what I want you to do is I want you to start to spin that shape. Don't worry about the thing that's making it happen. Don't worry about the thing that's worrying you or making you angry or afraid. Just give your focus to that shape, purely that shape. Start to spin it, and spin it so that it makes the feeling worse, just by 1 point. So just spin it whatever way makes that feeling worse. And when you get to that, just up 1 point, just ask yourself, what did I do there? How did I spin it? Did I spin it clockwise, anti-clockwise? Did I spin it fast? Did I spin it slow? Most people, to make a feeling worse, will spin it more quickly. Once it's worse, what I want you to do is change the way you're spinning it. So just change it so that it starts to bring the feeling back down. And begin to play with that. Bring it back down to the number you started at. And just generally it's about slowing, maybe changing direction, maybe playing with how near or far it is from you, maybe pushing it down, pushing it away. Just play with it. Just take your time, just slowly spinning. It may well be that you need to sigh, you might need to yawn. Just keep it slowly. I wonder how far you can take it. Can you get down close to 0? Or is it just, just 1/2 a point better than it was? Where can you get to? And it's all about playing with that shape and then just maintaining it. When it gets to a place that's comfortable, where it's present, just keep it there. That's it. Just steady. That's right. And that is called spinning. So, what number are you at now? Where did you go from? If you could write your number you started at, followed by the number you're at now, that would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what happened for you. Emma, you lost concentration. I'm not surprised. You probably went into a bit of a trance. But you can watch it back, yeah, so that's good. Oh, Strictly Melon went 8 to 6. Laura Murph, excellent job. You were at 10 and now you're at 3. Amazing. Isn't that amazing? Like, that was less than 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes-ish. Hey, Vicky Seaton. Hello, my lovely. Vicky Seaton is a fellow therapist. We're trained in the same modality. So she's definitely worth going to follow. If you're interested in this kind of thing, go and have a look. She does loads of stuff on ADD, ADHD as well. So, yeah, go and have a look at Vicky Seaton. Nice to see you here, Vicky. Oh, Abby, 3 to 1. Excellent. Let's have a look. Any more? Oh, a few more. Let's see some of these numbers. How do you get rid of the shape from your imagination? It will just drift away. Don't worry. It honestly, just once you start doing other stuff, you'll be surprised how quickly it'll just be gone, you know. So remember, it's just in your imagination. It's not real. And the more you give your focus to other stuff, or you know, you can just keep it there if you want. If that's a pleasant feeling. I used to do that with my yoga. I'd be doing all the very bad yoga. I'd be doing all that, and I'd have a lovely glittery ball. It's to keep me feeling okay. So I hope that. Let's have a look. My pleasure, Vicky. So, yeah, yours isn't a shape. So, Sifia, mine isn't a shape, but a line. That's fine. You know, we're all different. So I've had every single client that has come to me. I love it because it's so different for all of them, you know. I've had people with, you know, the Ready Breck advert used to be all over them like a fuzzy glowing thing. Someone had that once. I have lots of spiky yellow balls, lots of black scribbles, you know, lines, swirls, liquid, all sorts. So it's fascinating, and it will be different every time you do it. So there is no wrong in this. You cannot fail. It's just about playing, and if it's not for you, then that's okay, you know, don't worry. It's fine. There'll be other things that will be more for you. So let's have a look. So I realise some of you are asking me questions, and I do appreciate that. That today I'm just doing something a little bit different, just to change things up a little bit. Perhaps if I have any time at the end, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time at the end. But I will next week. This time next week I'll come back and I'll answer questions. And also you can always email me, so feel free to email me. Yes, I do one-to-one therapy. I'm a therapist. I work in Hertfordshire. I do face-to-face in Hertfordshire, and I also, the vast majority of my clients are online, so I work with people from all over the world, really. I've currently got clients in Canada, in the States. I've worked with people in Australia, in Turkey, and all over the place. I do have a waiting list, but if you wanted to get in touch, then you're very welcome to. And if you have a look on my profile, there's links to the QCHPA Therapist Finder, and there's lots and lots of therapists there who are really good and who are trained in the same way as me, as is Vicky Seaton, who's on this live. So yes, in answer to that, let's have a look. Well, you have to get in touch, Lily Colby, if you, because it's sort of a process of working together. Because I don't work with everyone who approaches me. It has to be the right fit. It has to be the right stuff So, but do, Lily, just get anyone, get in touch and we can always have a chat. But as I say, there is a bit of a waiting list at the moment, but I'm doing my best to work my way through it. Yes, and as Lynn 250 says, all the links are in my bio. So whether that's links to finding therapists, links to YouTube, links to other social media, links to free resources, links to my website, where we've got loads of free resources, then they're all there. So have a little explore if you feel that way inclined. So we have got about 15 minutes left. So I think what I'm going to do for the last 15 minutes is a little bit of tapping. So if you've done this with me before, what you'll find is that, or if you haven't done it with me before, what you'll find is that on my profile page there's a category with tapping or EFT, and that probably will talk you through the how to do it, the tapping points, that kind of stuff, and that's probably a bit longer. But if you want to just do a little bit of tapping to set you up for the day, to set you up for the weekend, to do that with me now, then why don't we just do that? So that's a lovely way to finish. So tapping is a really lovely simple tool. Anyone can do it. So what we do is we start off by tapping here. It doesn't matter which hand, it can be either side. And we start off by talking about what's wrong, and then with a little phrase of something more positive. So for example, even though I'm feeling really anxious right now, I know that I'm working to make things feel better, and I'll be okay. Even though, so why don't you do this alongside me, hey? Even though I'm feeling really anxious right now, I know that I'm working to make things feel better for myself, and it'll be okay. Even though I'm feeling really anxious right now, I know that I'm working to make this feel better, and it will be okay. Let me tap on the top of our heads, take my glasses off. So just tapping, just a couple of fingers, just at this pace, do it along with me. Just tapping, this feeling that I get, the anxiety, sometimes I don't really know why it's even there, but it's so scary and it feels like it's going to last forever. I don't understand why it happens. I just want it to stop. I just don't want to live my life like this. It's just something that I wish wasn't there. I wish I could go back to being the person that I was. I wish that I could live carefree, that I could have a time in my life where all was well. It's so hard what I'm feeling right now. And then we tap on the inside corner of our eye. You can do both if you want, if you're feeling incredibly enthusiastic, or either side. And we're just tapping this feeling. The anxiety that comes, the fears that I have, the overthinking. Sometimes I can't sleep, sometimes I feel pain. It's just so horrible, and I'm trying my best. I don't like to bother people with the way that I'm feeling. I'm just trying my best to work my way through it. Just trying to help my nervous system understand that I'm okay. I have a pretty good life, and I'm working towards making my life even better. I'm just taking my time, doing my best. And then we go to the corner, the edge of your eye socket here, just gently tapping. It's difficult experiencing this every day, and I'm not sure that anyone really understands how it feels for me. It's a really difficult thing to go through. I don't know if it's going to finish, if I'm going to be able to work my way through, but I know that even the fact that I'm here, the fact that I'm on this live and I'm tapping here and now, shows my nervous system that I want to find a way forward. I want to find a way to a life where I feel safe, happy, relaxed, contented really. That's all I want, that feeling of peace and presence in my life. And then underneath here, again on the edge of your eye socket, just tapping gently. How amazing would that be, just to be able to get up each morning, get out of bed and think, oh, I wonder what the day is bringing for me today. Connecting with my friends, connecting with the people I love and who love me. Just gradually feeling the muscles in my body begin to soften, relax. My nervous system beginning to understand that I can do this. I can do this. All will be well. All will be well. And then just underneath your nose, above your top lip, just working my way through, tapping, processing, letting my mind work its way through the fears and anxiety that I feel, letting my body understand that here and now in this moment, I'm okay. I'm just here, watching this live, tapping away, sending myself into a place of so much more calm, so much more contentment. And although it might not be as strong yet as I want it to be, perhaps this is a way forward. If I begin to use these techniques, I can begin to help myself get to a place where life begins to feel good. And then just underneath in this dip here, thank you lovely people, you're so kind, thank you. How amazing would that be? Just experiencing that sense of calm, that sense of presence, that sense of being at one with myself, with the world around me, being in the here and the now, and knowing that I am good enough to experience this. Whatever's happened in my life in the past, I deserve to feel this contentment, this peace. I deserve to be able to create a life worth living. Then we go to, you feel the knobbly bits of your collarbones, and underneath there'll be a place that's, well, for me it's about here. It feels slightly more sensitive than anywhere else. And just bang on that. You can use two hands or you can just use one hand. It's not an exact science, so you can't do it wrong. You're just banging away here. And again, just breathing, letting go, softening your muscles, letting your eyes go unfocused. This feeling, just imagining this feeling of fear or anxiety just beginning to flow away through the ends of my fingers, out through the ends of my toes. That energy that I don't need, just flowing away out into the world, out into the universe, leaving me feeling the way I want to feel, the way I need to feel. Just taking my time, allowing myself to be free. And then the last bit is just this side here. If you're wearing a bra, it's where your bra strap goes. And just tapping there, just with your hand. Just working my way through this. Beginning to notice how different this feels after such a short amount of time. Just imagining how different life could feel if I began to do this each day. Just taking my time, being kind to myself, focusing on the good, noticing the good moments, those tiny moments each day where People are kind. The world is a good place to be. Even if those moments are tiny and fleeting, they're still there. And the more I do this, the more I can begin to notice them. And the more I notice them, the more my nervous system will begin to understand, I can do this. I can be safe. I can be well. I can be free. And just give yourself a big hug. And that is one round of tapping. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's a nice way to sort of bring this practical live to an end. How are you feeling now? We've done nearly an hour of practical stuff. Cal's 89. Bridget, you love tapping. That's so cool. Abby, thank you. So Maggie, if you feel lightheaded, just sit yourself down. You'll be all right. It will pass. Just sit yourself down. Just take a moment. It all will be well. That's okay. See, Isabel. Isabel's. I did this while lying down, and it helped a lot. Brilliant. Yeah, that hug at the end is nice. It's me, Josh YT, isn't it? I like that. I kind of think it's a nice thing to do. Benita, Anita, so nice to have you here. I'm glad that it helped. I love that you love the tapping, Gem W11. That's so... Kyle Monroe, you need a nap. Me too. Let's have a look. It's so lovely to have you here. It's so great to see that so many of you enjoyed that. That's brilliant. And remember, that's going to be on my YouTube. So if you subscribe to my YouTube, you don't have to. You can just go along and have a look. But you could save that video, or you could save this live. If you share this live, and then you can save this as a link, so that you can have it, and you can always have that, doing that tapping together. So how I've only just thought of that. That's quite cool, isn't it? So it's lovely. It looks like a lot of it looks like a lot of you found that helpful. So I'm so pleased. So Emma Gooders, is it normal to feel emotional whilst tapping? Yes, it can be, absolutely, because one of the reasons people think that tapping works is because it's all about the acupuncture meridians, and it's that release of energy. And I did talk about that energy flowing out of us, didn't I? So it's okay to feel emotional, it's okay. That's probably a good thing, to let some of that go. Be kind to yourself, just hold your hand on your heart. And just let yourself know that it's all right. It's all right. What you're going through now is just a temporary thing, and you will get through to a different way of feeling. So, Laura Murph, I'm so glad that you're feeling good. And user 1256, and then a whole load of numbers. Such a lovely start to a Friday. I'm so glad. I'm glad to hear that. That's lovely. Robin Bird 93, I feel a bit more in the moment. My anxiety was out of control. I'm so glad if that's helped. That's amazing, brilliant. That's so good. But you've been doing some tapping in between with your counsellor, Bridget. So that's great. I'm glad that they're using tapping. It's such a great tool. So Katie Orchi, I've just come into the live. We'll be joining in next time. Brilliant. That's great. It'd be great to see you. Oh, hello from Yorkshire, Kevin. Good. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So, good morning, GSW 70. Nice to see you. So, thank you, Isabel, for sharing the live. That's so cool. That's great. Okay. So Oh. So, and CK31111, do you have a video on tapping, please? I just missed it, feeling so worthless at the moment. Oh, gosh, I feel for you. I'm sorry to hear that. So there are videos on tapping on my profile page. If you go down to the bottom, there are categories. You can kind of scroll them along like this, and there should be one on tapping or EFT. And there's a sort of how to do tapping thing. But this will be on my YouTube. I will probably either late tonight or tomorrow I will share it onto my YouTube, which is again is linked through my profile. And so you can have that tapping thing to listen to. You know, you could always just scroll through, fast forward through most of the other stuff that I do, although hopefully you'd find that useful as well. Watch it in your own time and have that to be talked through tapping whenever you need it. So thank you so much for being here. It's been lovely. I feel really chilled after this, so it's a really nice start to Friday. It's been so lovely to see so many of you here, some new faces and some old faces, and obviously I want to thank so much my my moderators, Lynn250, Jasmine Lake. They have been here helping, answering questions when I can't see them, because I'm unfortunately, without my glasses on, I'm blind as a bat. I also have Vicky Hodson, Vicky Handlebars and Zan Shin, who are my moderators, and I've not seen if they're here yet today, but if you were here, guys, then thank you very much for your help. My apologies if I didn't see you. I'm sorry if I've not answered questions today, really. If you have questions, then you're very welcome to email me and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Today is a really busy day for me, but over the weekend I'll be able to answer questions. Things like asking for my word weaving downloads, which are available for free on my website. Again, today's a really busy day for me, but I promise I will send them. I always send them. I get really stressed if your email doesn't work, like if you've done a typo in your email and it bounces back to me. I'm thinking, how can I get hold of them so they know I'm not just ignoring them? But yeah, I always reply. I always send what I say I'm going to send, but it's all sort of cogs and wheels and low tech. It's just me on my laptop sending stuff, so it's all very individual. So yeah, so it's been lovely having you here. I really appreciate you coming. My next one will be Monday, 5 o'clock. Let me just double check that, because I need to make sure. Yes, it will be. Will it? Yes, it will. 5 o'clock on Monday. That's 5 o'clock UK time. And I think I probably will do a similar type of thing, a practical thing. I might try and mix in some different techniques. So if you missed it, if you've just come in at the end and you want to join us Monday, then feel free to join us. And then next Friday, I'll go back to doing a Q&A. So I just want to try and mix things up a little bit. So if you've got any suggestions, if you want to email me with suggestions for stuff that you'd be interested in seeing on these lives, then, let me know. If you want to type it now, I'm going to stay around just for a few more minutes. So yeah, I'm really interested, because this is about you. I want to make this community on TikTok about you and your needs and what you want to see, okay? So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to stay just for a few more minutes to look at any comments or to say hello to people and to say goodbye to people. But thank you so much for being here. It's been really lovely. And you're just such a fab community. You make my life very lovely. Thank you for all your support. I'm going to put my glasses on and have a little look at who's here and say some hellos. Oh, Vicky, so lovely to see you here, Vicky. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Oh, Julie Diva. Oh my goodness, Julie's in California. You must be in the middle of the night. So thank you for being here, Julie. That's so lovely. I'm in Hertfordshire. Witty. Oh, Gemsivori. It's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Miss Bolton. So if you look up the tapping solution, they have a great website, information on tapping. They have loads of interesting stuff. The app, which I thought was free, is not actually free. It's one of those ones that you think it's free and then it's like a 14-day free trial. But there's lots of information there, so you can have a look at that. Or if you can look up Gary Craig, Emotional Freedom Technique. He's the guy that actually started it all. So you can look at both of those, hopefully. Oh, bye-bye, Wick Chicky. Thank you for being here. It's been lovely to see you. Take care to you too. Lovely to see you. Oh, Isabel's. I'm so glad that it's helped. That's so brilliant. Carrie 9999. My pleasure. It's lovely to see you here from Ireland. It's great. Oh, Pittsburgh girl. So you're here from the States as well. And also it helps you to sleep afterwards. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate, it's really early in the morning in the States. So 777 Bernadette. So you've been chatting with Lynn250. He's one of my moderators. So I'm really pleased that you found this live too. It's lovely to see you. That's so cool. Miss Bolton, my pleasure. GSW 70, Washington DC. Gosh, you're from Washington. Oh, I didn't realise that. Oh gosh. So, wow, you're up late too. That's good. Oh, Caroline Cherry Bobble, it's so nice to see you. I hadn't realised you were here. It's lovely to see you. Thank you, my lovely. Oh, Shira Talg. Oh, thank you, Bernadette. You just subscribed to my YouTube. That's brilliant. Oh, never forever. So, Laura, thank you. That was really helpful and relaxing. Good. I'm so pleased. I was thinking, it's a bit the same each week, and I wanted to do something that would be more helpful. I mean, hopefully the other stuff, the questions and answers are helpful too, but cool. Yeah, Maggie Cherry, you're absolutely right. Thank you to the moderators. I couldn't do it without the moderators, because there are some people that come on that, they just randomly click on and they just say some really silly stuff and maybe some offensive stuff, and I don't see it, and I don't want any of this community to have to put up with that. And so the moderators are just amazing, because they just get rid of that. There's no tolerance. We all know what kindness looks like, don't we? And if you're not kind, you're not welcome. Let's have a look. Oh, Crystal. Oh, I'm glad you find me calming. Thank you. Oh. Oh, it says from Newcastle, Australia. That's cool. Lady Anne, nice to have you here. Hope you have a lovely weekend. You take care. Moon Halo, what a beautiful name. I love Moon Halo. Pop. I love that name. Oh, thank you for thinking I'm lovely. Hope you have a lovely day. And it's me, Joshi. Hope you have a lovely day too. Holly from New Zealand. I'm so glad you found my page. So thank you for being here. Yeah, it is, Carrie. It's a beautiful and respectful community. So I'm going to say goodbye. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Look after yourselves. Speak kindly to yourselves. Thank you all for being here. And I'll see you either Monday at 5 or next Friday at, it'll probably be 10 again. But let me know. If you prefer 9:30, I can do 9:30. So let me know and I'll go with the majority. All right, I might do a video and get a vote. But take care and thank you so much all for taking part. Bye-bye.